Hello everybody, hope you're all really well. It's Beer Monster o'clock, and thanks for checking out my channel, the Beer Monster Reviews. Whether it's your first time here or whether you're a regular. This review we got a bottle of Grolsch. I used to quite like this actually, many moons ago. It sort of disappeared really, I don't know what happened to it. But it's come back. I haven't reviewed it yet, so I thought I'd give it a go. It's a Grolsch Premium Pilsner beer. It's come back and it's changed. It looks the same. You still got the cool bottles and that. I've always really liked the Grolsch bottles. There's just something cool about them, isn't there? Apart from the fact they're green, I just like the bottle cap. Yeah, it's came back, but it's in disguise. It's not the same beer it used to be, but is it as good or is it better? That's what I'm here to find out. It's came back at a whopping 4% ABV. It used to be 5% ABV. Now this keeps happening, and that is some jump in it, taking a whole percent off. The price hasn't came down or nothing like that. They've still got premium slapped on the bottle there, as you can see. And let's be fair, they're just taking the absolute piss, really, aren't they? A whole percent left with no price decrease. In fact, the price has gone up. Also, the bottle size has gone down. This is a 450 milliliter bottle. It's in the 3 for $5.50 deal in Tesco's. Now, lots of the beers in that same deal that are like 5% are in 660ml bottles, and lots of them are in brown bottles as well. Like, so before I even try this, why you would pick this up at 4%, unless for some miracle it tastes amazing, I'm completely wrong, over something like Staropramen, which is a 660ml bottle at 5%, and it's a Czech Pilsner. Or Warsteiner, again, bigger bottle, better beer. Surely this ain't gonna sort of go in the sort of leagues of them. Budvar, anything like that. Like, if they really think people are gonna buy this in a 450ml bottle, yes, it's got the flash lid. And that's probably their only hope, really, is people just buying it because it's a cool lid. Because they're seriously taking the piss, bringing it back at this ABV. And also, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it's now brewed in the UK. So yeah, it's not even the proper Grolsch. It's brewed in the UK now. There is some writing on the bottle. It's very hard to read though, because it's a green sticker with green writing on it. Brewed and bottled, yeah, in the UK by Asahi, I think. Anyway, that's enough waffling on about it. Let's crack it open. Nice little pop on the opening there. But yeah, the best thing about these lids is you can reseal the bottle and keep all like the carbonation and that. It stops the beer from going flat. But now they've made it a 450ml bottle, what's the point? You're just gonna drink it in one hit, aren't you? If there's a nice big bottle, perhaps you might drink half of it and save the rest for later. But it's like a little bottle of beer and they've still got them. It's just stupid, isn't it? It's just stupid. Anyway, that's enough going on about that. Let's get it in the glass, shall we? I can't smell no skunkiness on the opening, which I'm quite relieved about. Because if it would have been skunked as well, I probably just would have walked straight out to the toilet and lobbed it without trying it. But luckily, well, I've not gone close to it yet, but I can't smell no skunkiness. It's a very pale looking lager, as you can see. Oh, I can smell it now. It's skunky. This is skunky. Oh dear. This is an absolute disaster. To be honest with you, I'll get rid of some of this head. It's very skunky. It's very pale. Crazy levels of carbonation. It's a nucleated glass though. Got a very big white foamy head on there. It's in the Foster's glass. It's obviously, Foster's is the same strength as this now. When you was drinking Grolsch, you felt like you was drinking something a bit more premium, more stronger. Foster's is just like a session beer, isn't it? And maybe the hope for it is that it could become like another version of Foster's. But to do that, the price needs to come down considerably, because Foster's is always very cheap to pick up, innit? Right, let's get the aroma. Skunky. It smells like a big spliff, skunky spliff. A little bit grassy and floral, but that skunkiness is perhaps one of the worst I've come across, actually. I was surprised I couldn't smell that when I opened the bottle, but unless the actual normal aroma of the beer is like that, which would be quite surprising, that is massively skunked. Anyway, let's give it a try, shall we? Cheers, guys. Gosh, hopefully it's not as bad as I'm thinking it might be. Definitely overcarbonated for me, as you probably heard. First impressions, it's not, I've got to be honest, after all that, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's not. For a 4% lager, it actually does have quite a lot of flavour, comparing it to other 4% lagers, you know, like your Fosters and Carlins and Carlsbergs of this world. This is better for me. It does have kind of a grassy taste about it. Maybe that's what's giving it that smell, that skunky smell. Maybe it's not the green bottle, I don't know. It's got a very, very grassy taste about it. It's very thin though, and it is a bit watery, but it's not as watery as I was expecting, actually. Very citrusy. Got a hint of spice in there as well. Not much, but you know, you do normally get that with the Pilsners, don't you? It's definitely better than most 4% lagers, to be fair. You've got a bitterness on this as well, which you don't normally get with your 4%ers. It's no Pilsner or Quell, like, you know, I think that's 4.3. The flavour in that beer for a 4.3% beer is unreal. It really is. It does not taste like you're drinking a 4.3% beer at all. That it tastes like you're drinking something real quality. There's a slight sweetness about it as well in the malts, but you know, they've brought it back at 4%, and it, for me, it is a drop off from the old Grolsch, which I was actually quite a fan of that. Probably still about, just over here we get this instead. Yeah, it is a drop off. It is a massive drop off, but it really isn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. It's not. In a way, it's kind of annoying that it don't taste that bad, because making the bottle so small and putting less alcohol in it, all that, I almost wanted it to be bad. Do you know what I mean? Just so I could just fuck it off and never have it ever again. But it's just not as bad as I thought. At the same time, it's not great though. It's not great. I'm just quite impressed with the amount of flavour it's got for 4%. I think that's the biggest positive I would give this. In fact, that's the second biggest positive. Biggest positive's got to be the bottle lid, isn't it? Always had very cool lids on them. Yeah, would I get it again? No, I wouldn't, because of the price, and like I said, there's so many other better beers in that deal. You know, perhaps if it was in a can and you didn't have the flashy lid, it might be cheaper, but I can't see it ever. If it was, let's just say, if it was the same price as Foster's, your Carlins, your Carlsbergs, I would pick this over them. I would put this more in the range of like a Stella, quality-wise now, the new Stella, the UK Stella, you know. I'd say it's like that, or San Miguel-ish sort of area. Flavour wise, it's got as much flavour as San Miguel for me. but I would still prefer having San Miguel because yeah, I need to drink a lot of these. Score out of 10. For a lager, that's 4%. I'll give it a 6. It's actually not that bad. I don't think it's good value though. And yeah, that about sums it up for me. Sorry if I've waffled on a bit. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, guys, consider hitting that like button. If you haven't, then don't. Or hit the dislike button. And consider subscribing to the channel. It does help the channel. And you know, if you want to, it would be appreciated. And hopefully I'll catch some of you on the next video. Bye bye, darlings.